guys, and welcome back to the newest episode of In the Shop here on Mini Truckin' Sunday. Today we have Matt Odom and his 92 Mazda. And we got a lot to unpack on this one, so hold on. The project started about 4 years ago when Matt laid his eyes upon this very crispy 92 Mazda, but that didn't stop him from paying $80 and bringing it on home. Starting up front, you can see he's got a narrowed Toyota front clip, and behind that he's got a 3/4 chassis made of 2x3 tubing. On top of narrowing the front clip, Matt has also narrowed the control arms, and that's going to allow him to be able to turn this truck nearly laid out. He's also incorporating a 12-point roll cage into the frame. His future plans for the chassis include a parallel 4-link with a Watts link locating a fabricated Ford 9-inch rear end, and he's going to have some cantilever shockwave bags out back. The wheels he's currently got are a set of 20-inch intros, a pair of 20x9s up front, 20x14s out back with a 10-inch lip. Behind those, he's got 15-inch Mustang S550 rotors and 6-piston Brembo calipers all around. Matt had to do a little bit of machining work to get the Toyota hubs to fit the rotors. Moving on to the interior, the most notable feature is this dash. Matt shaped a full sheet metal dash and center console inspired by the look of a fighter jet. Behind that is an under-dash brake booster and GM steering column with wiring harness. All the gauges will eventually be hidden behind a smoked plexiglass cluster panel. Matt also made sheet metal door panels that allow the dash to look like it's wrapping around the passengers, who will eventually sit in a pair of RSX bucket seats. The exterior of the truck is where we see the majority of Matt's unique ideas. For starters, we have things like an 1.5-inch body drop. Matt cut the majority of the rockers off, but not to the door like most people do. Then he capped the bottom with 1/8-inch steel. Then we have the usual features to be shaved, like the door handles, gas door, taillights, roof gutters, and such. But after that, Matt really stretched his imagination. Keen-eyed Mazda people will notice the area between the upper body line and the windows has been modified. When Matt did the body drop, the wheels were too tall to fit under the stock bed sides. So instead of having the wheels stick up past the bed sides, he cut and raised the bed rails 1.5 inches. This got to messing with his OCD, so Matt raised the bottoms of the windows the same to match the new bed rail. Right above all that, you may or may not notice the power extended cab rear windows out of a 2015 F-150. The front and rear windows will be modified to mount flush with no trim. To finish out the cab up top, Matt installed a 35-inch by 35-inch Legacy sliding rag top. Out back, the bed has had its fair share of modifications as well. Matt actually removed the stock extended cab bed and swapped it out with a standard cab bed that he then cut down 8.5 inches on the front. This retained the stock wheelbase but makes the overall length of the truck longer, as the standard cab bed is longer from the wheels to the back bumper than the extended cab. Along with the shaved taillights and the gas door, Matt has added a custom dimple die roll pan. The biggest modification in the works is the trunk-style opening bed cover. Since Matt has the top of the bed rails cut to clear the wheels, he figured he may as well make it open. So he plans on smoothing the top of the bed off, adding hinges up front and opening everything at the upper body line. While he's at it, he plans on changing the upper body line around the rear of the tailgate area. He will also be adding a set of Lexus GS350 taillights with custom lenses that will mount flush with the body. Up front we see a custom bumper using an Isuzu top half with the lower half that looks like a Mazda but will be made of metal. Above that is a billet phantom grille hiding a pair of Ranger lights next to shaved corner lights with recessed hinges. To finish the front, Matt fabricated a hood using a Toyota center section, a B2600 bubble, and a custom opening in the front with a billet grille. Future plans for it will be to weld the hood to the fenders and cut a new reveal opening at the upper body line like the rear and have it tilt open forward. Under that very custom hood is a 1.5-liter 2JZ bolted to a 6-speed transmission using a Collins adapter plate. The motor has a GT42 1540 turbo hanging off of a custom manifold, feeding boost into a sheet metal intake. Matt has also added a 350 shot of nitrous backed by a Fuel Tech 450 EFI system. The transmission is stuffed with a twin disc spec clutch, tilt and throw out bearing, and a custom top loader shifter. As you can see, this thing is no slouch. Matt definitely is bringing some fresh ideas with the build, and when this thing's completed, it's sure to raise the bar for the scene. I can't decide if my favorite mod's going to be the opening trunk style bed cover or the raised windows. Be sure to comment your favorite mod below. Well, that should do it for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and tell your friends. We'll see you next time on Mini Truckin' Sunday.